We are joined now by an Oscar winner, Shirley MacLaine. She's out with a new book about her experience shooting a recent movie and what she learned in the...
At the age of 90, Shirley MacLaine speaks out with a confession that comes from the heart. Over the course of her life, she fell in love with a remarkable individual who eventually became the love of her life. The story of Shirley, however, is about a great deal more than just romance. Exciting adventures await you as you travel through the golden age of Hollywood. Shirley's career spans decades and is filled with moments that will live long in the memory, beginning with her beginnings as a dancer and culminating in her transformation into an award-winning actress. She is well known for her fearless personality and authentic storytelling, and she has never been shy about sharing the many romantic adventures she has had. Come along with us as we delve into the entrancing world of Shirley MacLaine, where we will investigate her romantic relationships, the friendships that she holds dear, and the life experiences that have shaped her into a true icon. The remarkable Shirley MacLaine is about to captivate you, so take a seat and get ready to be transfixed. Shirley MacLaine Beatty was born on April 24, 1934 in Richmond, Virginia. She spent her childhood in the state of Virginia growing up. She was only 6 years old when she was given the name Shirley Temple, which is a tribute to the famous child actress Shirley Temple. Shirley MacLaine was born into a family that placed a high value on education as well as the arts. She was raised by her father, Ira Owens Beatty, who held positions as a professor of psychology, administrator of public schools, and real estate agent. On the other hand, her mother was a gifted drama instructor who was originally from Wolfville, which is located in Nova Scotia, Canada. Within her family, Shirley did not act in isolation. Her younger brother, Warren Beatty, who would also go on to achieve fame as an actor, writer, and director, was also involved in the entertainment industry. It's interesting to note that Warren decided to change the spelling of their last name in order to advance his career. As they were growing up, Shirley and Warren were brought up in a family that adhered to the Baptist faith. The upbringing that they received instilled in them high moral standards that they would carry with them throughout their entire lives. The members of their family were also quite fascinating. In the 1940s, their mother's brother-in-law served as a communist representative in the Ontario provincial legislature that was in power. This resulted in the addition of a distinctive political dynamic to their family history. Shirley's father relocated the family on multiple occasions when she was still a very young little girl. They moved from Richmond to Norfolk, then to Arlington, and even Waverly before finally settling back in Arlington. Initially, they moved from Richmond to Norfolk. Ira Beatty gained employment at Thomas Jefferson Jr. in the year 1945, a high school located in Arlington. Shirley's early interest in athletics was evident when she was a child. She earned the nickname Powerhouse while playing baseball for a boys' team because she broke the record for the most home runs ever hit by a player by that team. The fact that she was able to accomplish this is just one illustration of her competitive spirit and determination. On the other hand, Shirley battled obstacles when she was a toddler. Because of her weak ankles, she was prone to falling at any given moment. Shirley was only 3 years old when her mother decided to enroll her in ballet classes at the Washington School of Ballet. The goal of these classes was to help Shirley develop her strength and balance. The choice that she made turned out to be a defining moment in her life, as it sparked a passion for performing that would ultimately determine the course of her future. The ballet classes that Shirley took were taken very seriously, and she never missed a single one. During the course of her subsequent training in ballet, she frequently found herself performing the roles of the male characters in classical works such as Romeo and Juliet and Sleeping Beauty. This was primarily due to the fact that she was the tallest dancer in her class, and there were very few boys available to fill those roles. In the end, she successfully landed a significant female role in Cinderella, playing the role of the fairy godmother. On the other hand, she broke her ankle while she was warming up inside the venue. Shirley did not give up on the role. Rather, she tightened the ribbons on her toe shoes and continued to put forth her best performance. It wasn't until after the show was over that she finally called for an ambulance. In spite of the fact that she was injured, she demonstrated her commitment and love for performing through this very incident. Shirley made the decision not to pursue a career in ballet. This was despite the fact that she was talented and put in a lot of effort. In her opinion, she had become too tall and was unable to perfect her technique because of her height. She stated that she did not have the body type that would be considered ideal for ballet. Typically, this entailed feet that were exquisitely constructed, that had high arches, and that had ankles that were flexible. Instead, she shifted her focus to other forms of dancing, acting, and musical theater, which allowed her talents to be recognized and appreciated to their fullest extent. As Shirley continued to pursue her artistic passions while attending Washington Lee High School in Arlington, Virginia, she continued to develop her artistic skills. She became a member of the cheerleading squad, which gave her the opportunity to exhibit her vivacious personality and her passionate interest in performing. She also participated in theatrical productions while she was in school, which allowed her to gain valuable experience and build her confidence on stage, preparing her for a career on Broadway. Shirley MacLaine made the decision to take a courageous step towards achieving her goals during the summer before she was to enter her senior year of high school in Arlington, Virginia. In an effort to test her luck in the acting industry, she embarked on a journey to New York City, bringing with her a heart full of ambition. Shirley was determined to succeed in the big city, despite the fact that it was a significant upheaval for her as a young girl from Arlington. It was during her time in New York that she was able to secure a position in the chorus of a touring production of the musical Oklahoma. The production was staged in subway stations. Despite the fact that it was only a moderate success, this was her first experience with the world of performing, and it was the spark that ignited her passion for the stage. Her favorite thing about the city was the excitement of performing, even if it meant singing and dancing in a tube car. She loved the energy of the city. Following her graduation from high school, Shirley went back to New York in order to give her dreams a more serious consideration. In the years 1953 and 1954, she made her debut on Broadway in the production of Me and Juliet, in which she participated as a member of the ensemble. She reached a significant milestone when she was able to perform on Broadway. It turned out to be a dream at last. She was able to build her self-assurance and gain experience in the world of theater by performing in front of audiences night after night. Her travels did not come to an end there. After making her debut, she was given a significant opportunity when she was cast as an understudy for the renowned actress Carol Haney in the production of The Pajama Game, which was another Broadway hit. An individual who learns the role of another performer in order to be able to step in if necessary is referred to as an understudy. This was an opportunity that Shirley took very seriously, and she was always prepared to take the stage whenever Carol was unable to entertain. Carol Haney suffered an ankle injury in May of 1954 while she was performing in a Wednesday matinee performance. On account of this, Shirley was required to take immediate action. By performing in Haney's place and assuming her role, she demonstrated both her talent and her capacity to quickly adapt to unexpected circumstances. This particular moment was significant in Shirley's career because it demonstrated that she was prepared to be in the spotlight and that she was able to deal with the pressures that come with live performances. Not too much time had passed since this performance when an exciting event took place. When one of the matinee shows was taking place, the well-known comedian Jerry Lewis was present in the audience. Shirley's performance left such an impression on him that he strongly recommended that film producer Hal B. It is expected that Wallace will visit her during the evening show. This presented a tremendous opportunity. In Hollywood, Jerry Lewis was a well-known figure, and Shirley could potentially benefit from his recommendation in a variety of ways. Wallace was present for the evening performance, and he was equally impressed by Shirley's talent as well as her remarkable charisma. Following the conclusion of the show, he offered her a position at Paramount Pictures, a substantial film studio. Her professional life took a significant turn as a result of this event. Shirley was suddenly on her way to becoming a famous actress in the film industry. The transition that Shirley MacLaine made from Broadway to Hollywood was both the most exciting and the most challenging. Her training on stage helped her become a versatile performer, beginning with Hitchcock. Although she had to adjust to a different style of acting, she was able to become a versatile performer. At the beginning of Shirley MacLaine's rise to fame, the golden years of Hollywood were a time of great excitement and excitement. It was in the year 1955 that she made her debut in the film The Trouble with Harry, which was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. MacLaine displayed her talent in this quirky dark comedy, which quickly garnered the attention of both critics and audiences alike, despite its unconventional nature. A remarkable career began with her winning the Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year actress for her performance, which marked the beginning of her remarkable career. Following closely on the heels of her first film, Shirley went on to star in another movie called Artists and Models. Another film that was released in 1955 was this one, which featured the well-known comedy duo Martin and Lewis. During this time, she was rapidly gaining recognition in the film industry, and the roles she was playing continued to become more significant and exciting. She played the role of the female protagonist in the action-packed film Around the World in 80 Days, which was released in 1956. It was for this film that she was awarded the Academy Award for Best Picture, which further solidified her position in the Hollywood industry. MacLaine demonstrated her versatility by appearing in a number of films in the year 1958. Hot Spell, The Sheepman, and The Matchmaker were some of the titles that these were. Evidently, she was having a good day. Her performance as Ginny Moorhead in the film Some Came Running, which was also released in 1958, is considered to be one of her most notable roles. In the movie, she plays the role of a woman who develops romantic feelings for a character that is portrayed by Frank Sinatra. To have the opportunity to collaborate with Sinatra and Dean Martin for a second time was a significant opportunity for her. The reviews that were given to her performance were glowing. She received her first nominations for the Academy Award for Best Actress, as well as the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama that she received as a result of this performance. In the early 1960s, Shirley MacLaine experienced a period of great success, during which her star power continued to increase. Alongside Frank Sinatra, she had a starring role in the musical film Can, which was released in 1960. In addition, she appeared in a cameo role in the classic film Ocean's 11, which was directed by the Rat Pack. The result of this was that she was given the honor of being inducted as an honorary member of the Rat Pack, which was a group of well-known entertainers that included Sinatra and Dean Martin. In the year 1960, she had a starring role in the romantic comedy The Apartment, which is considered to be one of her most significant accomplishments. It was the legendary director Billy Wilder who was responsible for directing this movie. In addition to garnering 10 nominations for the Academy Award, this movie was a huge success at the box office and received widespread critical acclaim. A number of Academy Awards were awarded to it, including Best Picture and Best Director. A second nomination for the Academy Award in the category of Best Actress was given to Shirley as a result of her performance. Although she was considered a strong contender for the award, Elizabeth Taylor ultimately triumphed over her and took home the prize for her work in Butterfield 8. Despite this, MacLaine's talent was apparent throughout the film. The Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical was bestowed upon her, in addition to the Volpe Cup Award for Best Actress, the BAFTA Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role, and this award. There were more accolades to come after that. She played the lead role in the 1961 production of The Children's Hour, which was adapted from a play written by Lillian Hellman. Both MacLaine's ability to handle dramatic roles and the film's ability to tackle serious themes were on public display. Participated in the film Irma la Douce, which was released in 1963 alongside Billy Wilder and Jack Lemmon once more. On the other hand, MacLaine took a break from acting in 1970 in order to publish her memoir, which was titled Don't Fall Off the Mountain. Within the pages of this book, she detailed her experiences in Hollywood, including the infamous incident that occurred in 1963 when she punched columnist Mike Connolly for comments he made regarding her contract dispute with producer Hal Wallace. As a result of this incident, she gained notoriety and demonstrated her fierce personality. Shirley continued her career in the film industry, appearing in films such as the comedy John Goldfarb, which was set during the Cold War, Please Come Home, 2016, and Gambit, 1966, which was a crime thriller. During the middle of the 1960s, she was presented with a substantial paycheck in exchange for her participation in a film adaptation of the musical Bloomer Girl. Nevertheless, subsequent to the cancellation of the project, she ultimately decided to file a lawsuit against the studio, thereby demonstrating her determination to advocate for herself within the industry. One of her most memorable performances was in the year 1967, when she played the lead role in Woman x 7. Within the framework of this film series, she portrayed 7 distinct characters, each of which presented a unique narrative about love and relationships that took place in Paris. Despite the fact that it was met with a variety of reactions, it served to highlight her versatility as an actress. MacLaine starred in another comedy, The Bliss of Mrs. Blossom, which was released in 1968. However, both of these films were unsuccessful at the box office. On the other hand, 1969 presented her with a fresh opportunity when she was cast in the film adaptation of the musical Sweet Charity, which was directed by Bob Fosse. The film was based on the story that Federico Fellini had originally written, and it featured choreography that was not only difficult but also exciting. As a result of her star power, MacLaine was chosen to play Charity in the film, despite the fact that Gwen Verdon, who had originally played the role on stage, had an interest in doing so. MacLaine's performance was well received, which earned her a nomination for another Golden Globe Award in the category of Best Actress in a Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. Despite the fact that the film received mixed reviews and did not perform well financially, MacLaine's performance also received positive reviews. Shirley MacLaine has been a well-known figure in Hollywood for many years, particularly during the 1970s and 1980s. In 1955, she made her debut in the film The Trouble with Harry, which marked the beginning of her theatrical career during the final years of the golden age of Hollywood. It was the legendary Alfred Hitchcock who was in charge of directing this movie. MacLaine was thrust into the public eye as a result of her performance, which earned her the opportunity to win the Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year actress. In the immediate aftermath of her debut, MacLaine was quickly cast in roles in other well-known films. MacLaine played the role of Ginny Moorhead, a woman who falls in love with Dave, a character played by Frank Sinatra, in the film Some Came Running, which was released in 1958 and directed by Vincente Minnelli. Together with Dean Martin, she worked with him for the second time on this role. The critical reception that her performance received resulted in her being nominated for 2 awards, the Academy Award for Best Actress and the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. In the film Career, which was released in 1959, she continued to collaborate with Dean Martin, which established her position as a leading actress even further. When it came to MacLaine, the 1960s were a very exciting decade. To once again showcase her musical abilities, she collaborated with Frank Sinatra on the film Can, which was released in 1960. The Rat Pack was a group of famous actors and entertainers who were known for their camaraderie and cool style. She made a cameo appearance in the iconic Rat Pack film Ocean's 11, which was released in 1960. As a result of her appearance, she became an honorary member of the Rat Pack. Billy Wilder's film, The Apartment, which was released in 1960, featured her in one of the most important roles of her career. It is the story of CC, an insurance clerk that is told in the movie. Baxter, portrayed by Jack Lemmon, is a character who opens his flat to his co-workers so that they can engage in extramarital affairs. A romantic relationship develops between Fran, the lift operator, and Baxter's boss, and MacLaine plays the role of Fran. The movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and ended up winning 5 of them, including the award for Best Picture. It was for her performance that MacLaine was nominated for a second Academy Award in the category of Best Actress. However, she was ultimately defeated by Elizabeth Taylor for her performance in Butterfield 8. As a result of her performance, MacLaine was honored with a number of additional accolades, such as the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Award for Best Actress and the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. Throughout the decade, MacLaine continued to star in films that were considered to be exceptional. The Children's Hour, which was released in 1961, featured her in the role of a teacher in a story that delves into the weighty topics of rumor and reputation. During the filming of Irma la Douce, which was released in 1963, she worked with Wilder and Lemmon once again, which resulted in her receiving a 3rd nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actress. The Women in Film Crystal Award was bestowed upon her in 1970 in recognition of her efforts to broaden the scope of possibilities available to women in the entertainment industry. At the beginning of the 1970s, MacLaine decided to take a break from acting in order to lend his support to George McGovern's campaign for the presidency. It was important to her to lend her voice to causes that she believed in because she was passionate about political issues and felt it was required of her. The role of the mother in The Exorcist was ultimately offered to Ellen Burstyn, despite the fact that her friend and director William Peter Blatty had expressed interest in casting her in the role in 1973. The role was not accepted by MacLaine because he had recently finished filming The Possession of Joel Delaney, which was released in 1972 and dealt with supernatural themes. Her unwavering commitment to the documentary filmmaking genre was finally rewarded in 1975 with the release of The Other Half of the Sky, a memoir about China. This documentary, which was co-directed by Claudia Weil and chronicled the first women's delegation to China in 1973, was nominated for an Academy Award in the category of Best Documentary Feature Film. She played a retired ballerina in the film The Turning Point, which was released in 1977, and it was a triumphant return for Shirley MacLaine to the world of film. Being nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for the fourth time, her performance was so compelling that it earned her the nomination. In recognition of her significant contributions to the film industry, she was presented with the Women in Film Crystal Award in the year 1978. Together with Peter Sellers, she made an appearance in the film Being There in 1979. Numerous critics lauded this satirical film, with Roger Ebert highlighting the film's capacity to tackle difficult topics while maintaining a humorous tone. A nomination for the British Academy Film Award and another nomination for the Golden Globe were both given to MacLaine for her performance in the role. In the well-known comedy drama Terms of Endearment, which was released in 1983, she played the role of the mother of the character played by Deborah Winger. Throughout the course of 3 decades, the film explored the complicated relationship that exists between mothers and granddaughters. It was a commercial success, earning 11 Academy Award nominations and winning 5 of them, including the award for Best Picture. It received a total of $108.4 million in revenue. In recognition of her outstanding performance, MacLaine was awarded the Academy Award for Best Actress. This was her first and only victory in this prestigious category. Following the award she received for her work in Hollywood, MacLaine continued to shine. In 1984, she appeared in Cannonball Run 2, demonstrating her comedic talent once more through her role in the film. Following a brief break from acting, she made her acting debut in the 1988 film Madame Suzatska, in which she played the role of a Russian-American immigrant. An additional Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama was bestowed upon her as a result of her stunning performance. In addition, MacLaine investigated wellness and self-help, and in 1989, she released her VHS entitled Shirley MacLaine's Inner Workout. This program was centered on relaxation and the reduction of stress. She went on to act in a number of films, one of which was the family drama Steel Magnolias, which was released in 1989. The movie, which tells the story of the close friendship that exists among a group of Southern women, performed exceptionally well at the box office, bringing in a total of $96.8 million, 90s and beyond. In 1990, she starred in the film Postcards from the Edge, which is considered to be one of her most notable roles. Alongside Shirley MacLaine, Meryl Streep was featured in the movie, which was directed by Mike Nichols. Shirley portrayed a character in this film that was modeled after Debbie Reynolds, who was the mother of Carrie Fisher, the writer of the film. Fisher used her own book as the inspiration for the screenplay. As a result, MacLaine was presented with a one-of-a-kind opportunity to exhibit her skills in a role that held a significant personal meaning for her. Shirley received yet another nomination for a Golden Globe Award for her performance, adding to the already impressive list of accolades she has received. After that, MacLaine continued on with his career. She continued to shine in a variety of films beginning in the 1990s and continuing well into the 2000s. During the year 1992, she made an appearance in the film Used People, in which she shared the screen with renowned actors such as Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates. Her appearance in the comedy drama Guarding Tess, which starred Nicolas Cage, took place in the year 1994. The character that MacLaine portrayed was a former First Lady who had a relationship with her Secret Service agent that was marked by a great deal of emotional turmoil. The way in which they interacted resulted in a great deal of laughter and touching moments, demonstrating MacLaine's ability to strike a balance between comedy and serious topics. During the year 1996, she appeared in 2 films that were influential. Initially, she was a part of the cast of Mrs. Winterbourne, which also featured Ricki Lake and Brendan Fraser. This film is a romantic comedy that tells the story of a young woman who, as a result of a chance encounter, finds herself ensnared in a world of wealth and privilege. Later on in the same year, she appeared in The Evening Star once again, this time playing the role of Aurora Greenway. This film was a continuation of her film Terms of Endearment, which was nominated for an Academy Award. The character played by MacLaine in this movie dealt with the difficulties of love and loss, carrying on the heartfelt storytelling that had characterized her earlier works. Rumor Has It and In Her Shoes were the 2 films that MacLaine appeared in during the year 2005. During the production of Rumor Has It, she appeared alongside Kevin Costner and Jennifer Aniston. The movie investigates the concept that the history of a family may be more complicated than it can appear at first glance. In the meantime, she was cast alongside Cameron Diaz and Toni Collette in the film In Her Shoes, which centered on the relationship between sisters. Despite the fact that the films were of different styles, MacLaine was able to demonstrate her versatility and her ability to give her characters a sense of depth. She also had a role in the film Closing the Ring, which was released in 2007 and was directed by Richard Attenborough. Christopher Plummer was also a part of the cast. Later on, in the comedy Elsa and Fred, which was directed by Michael Radford and released in 2014, they got back together. Shirley made her directorial debut in the year 2000 with the film For the First Time with Bruno, which was subsequently released on video under the title The Dress Code. In addition to continuing to shine in front of the camera, she was able to demonstrate her creative abilities behind the camera thanks to this film. Together with Jack Black and Matthew McConaughey, she had a starring role in the dark comedy Bernie, which was released in 2011. The film, which was based on a true story, gave MacLaine the opportunity to explore characters with more complexities and themes with a darker tone. The talents of MacLaine were not restricted to the realm of the big screen. A number of her projects on television helped her establish a name for herself as well. In 1987, she starred in a miniseries that was based on her autobiography, Out on a Limb, which eventually became a best-selling book. Viewers were able to get a glimpse into her life and the experiences that shaped her career through the course of this miniseries. She made an appearance in the film These Old Broads, which was written by Carrie Fisher and released in 2001. The film featured a star-studded cast that included stars such as Elizabeth Taylor, Debbie Reynolds, and Joan Collins. In addition to highlighting MacLaine's enduring appeal, this comedic take on friendship and aging struck a chord with audiences. She had a starring role in the Lifetime production Coco Before Chanel, which was a documentary about the life of the French fashion designer Coco Chanel, which was released in 2009. Shirley MacLaine's career is marked by grace and authenticity, earning her Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. She charmed audiences in Downton Abbey as Martha Levinson, bringing humor and a fresh perspective to the beloved series. Her versatility continued with roles in Wild Oats 2016, alongside Jessica Lange, a live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid 2018, and the holiday film Noel 2019. In 2022, she appeared in Hulu's Only Murders in the Building showcasing her adaptability across genres. MacLaine's personal life has been equally intriguing. She was married to film producer Steve Parker for 28 years, during which they maintained an open marriage. Despite the unconventional arrangement, MacLaine emphasized the importance of friendship as the foundation of their relationship. They had one daughter, Sachi Parker, who spent much of her childhood in Japan with her father. MacLaine openly discusses her past romances, which included notable figures like Pierre Trudeau and Olof Palme, and her reflections on love and relationships. Despite a colorful romantic history, she describes herself as having an unbroken heart, embracing love in all its forms. Now she finds companionship with her dogs, humorously noting their preference for their nanny over her. Her forthcoming book, Above the Line, My Wild Oats Adventure chronicles her experiences filming in the Canary Islands, embodying her philosophy of openness and enjoying life's journey. MacLaine's life and career continue to inspire, reminding us that happiness comes from embracing love and friendship in all their forms. Her stories and her wisdom continue to be an inspiration even at the age of 90. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to receive additional fascinating stories about your favorite celebrities if you found this journey to be enjoyable.